Hello, welcome to the Stephanie Herman Show, a cultural arts show incorporating important causes. Today's show will be about a wonderful nonprofit organization called WildAid. I was intrigued with their fundraiser, and our film crew filmed some wonderful footage that educates you about their organization. WildAid protects the animals, and their dedication, organization, and marketing skills are so wonderful because they also educate the people on why not to buy these products that come from the animals and how it harms these animals. I was so passionate and dedicated about what they believed in that I actually choreographed a dance that you will see today in our show. So why don't you join us now and learn more about WildAid.
We're thrilled to host you for this this event to support and share this organization, WildAid, with you. WildAid is pretty special to us, and we're incredibly passionate about WildAid.
You know, a lot of the problem that we have is people want wildlife products. They want elephant tusks, rhino horns, shark fins. And so one approach is you try to prevent it from happening by protecting the elephants, protecting the rhinos, and that's super necessary. And what instantly attracted me is they have a different approach. They said, hey, if you're trying to prevent someone from shooting an elephant, you're too far downstream. You're trying to cure the symptoms. You really need to address this at the source. And the source is people want these products and are willing to pay a lot of money for them. And as long as people are willing to pay a lot of money for something, someone is going to provide it. And you can fight it and fight it and fight it. But again, you're treating the symptoms. It'll never stop. People want it because they think it's prestigious to have shark fin soup. They think it's cool to, make trinkets out of elephant horns. If you can address that, if you can change that perception, you eliminate the demand, the high price goes away, and the problem is completely solved forever.
But the approach is generally to work with local celebrities, credible, popular celebrities in places where the demand for these products is the highest. So China, Vietnam, Taiwan, Thailand, other places where shark fin, rhino horn, and ivory in particular have been consumed at a high rate. And we run Hollywood quality productions. Our campaigns, we tried to make them look like Nike ads. And if any of you have traveled in China in the last 10 years, you most likely have seen our work. But if you were to take a plane to Shanghai or Beijing, after you got off the plane and before you got to your taxi, you probably would have seen already 10 of our billboards. In a place like China or Vietnam, WildAid is more of a household name, and people know our work, especially thanks to the contributions that have been made by celebrities such as Jackie Chan and Yao Ming and many others that I'm sure you wouldn't have heard of, but who have, 100 million followers on their social media accounts.
We have marine protected areas, MPAs. They're like the national parks of the oceans. We have well-managed coastal fisheries, which are places where communities have been fishing for generations. And we work in both those places to protect them, and they work. You will see quadruple the wildlife in these areas. But did you pick up on that when they're well enforced? 60% of the world's marine protected areas are not well enforced. Illegal fishing is the world's third most lucrative industry after drugs and arms trafficking. 23 billion annual black market. So that is WildAid's marine niche. We have a team with hundreds of years of experience, and we help organizations like the Galapagos, where they were, when we started, had shark finning was rampant. They had tens of thousands of sharks being slaughtered each year within their borders. Today, they have one of the densest shark populations in the world. When you build an effective enforcement system, you give the ocean the space to recover, the results happen, and it works.
Nigeria is a very interesting country, 200 million people. It's really the superpower of Africa. And it's where Africa could head all over the continent if we get things wrong. Because Nigeria is, wildlife concerned, it's in trouble. They have only 50 lions left, 30 to 50 lions left. They have 500 elephants, 100 gorillas. Cross-river gorilla is a unique species that's there in Cameroon, 100 left. Really perilous numbers of wildlife. And at the same time, Nigeria has become the center of the illegal ivory and pangolin scale trade. So as John was mentioning, it's about the demand. And as societies get affluent, then they start to ask for these things and get these things. And you've got to head that one off at the pass. We've been able to do it by just the same way that all the big corporations of the world do it. Marketing, branding, ambassadors. And the ambassadors in China are like a who's who of famous people in China. We even had Kung Fu Panda as one of our ambassadors, thanks to these guys over here. And he's been very popular. And he's also now very popular in Nigeria. So Nigeria, to me, is the China of Africa. It's the huge economy. It's the center of the music industry. It's the center of the film industry. And it's where we hope to influence young Africans and the emerging African middle class to be conservationists. But we've managed to get 10 top TV networks on board. We've got 6 newspapers, the main newspapers, all on board as partners to distribute our materials. And we've got a selection of celebrities from religious leaders of every denomination. We've got the top movie star. We've got, last week was a very exciting week. I got the biggest music star in Africa on board as an ambassador, a gentleman called Davido, and he's come on board, together with 5 or 6 of the top upcoming musicians. So, and most excitingly, we just got one of the top soccer players on board. And so in Africa, the 2 things which go across all borders are football and music. And those are the 2 keys. And so we're doing exactly what we did in China, a massive media campaign. Last year we got $300 million worth of donated media space in China, $300 million worth of donated media. It's amazing. And that's the generosity of our partners. I always say to people, we're not that rich in cash, but we're pretty rich in friends. And our friends help us do what cash would do. So I want to thank you all for coming here tonight, and thank you for all of you.
Thank you for joining us with the Stephanie Herman Show. Hopefully you've learned a lot about how to protect our wild. Come join us again sometime. Until then, have a wonderful day.